Hi. I wanted to say that I was thinking about my teacher, Miss Munoz, and I feel sad whenever I think of her. She was like a second mom to me, and I guess I think if people feel sad about, you know, whoever meant the world to them, you should try not to get sad and try to move on. And it's just really hard. Especially when that one person was the only thing really making you move on. And you need to find some inspiration to move on with your life. And I've been doing that, you know. I've been moving on. I've been feeling inspired by many things. Music, anime, whatever I can get my hands on to grip the situation. But sometimes it's just not enough. Forgetting, holding back, all that stuff is not enough to forget that person you've lost, that thing you've lost. Especially if that person is as close as my teacher was to me. I mean, she was like a second mom to me. She was that close. And it's not that I don't love my mother, but even at the age 17, I would talk to her and she would just light up my world. And she'd be on the phone and say, "Is that my little princess?" And I would just light up. I'd light up to an extent that it would just be so unreal. Just so unreal. And I'd feel like everything would be okay. Just from one moment. And I feel grateful that I remember all the good times. Every single great moment in life that I've spent with her. Because I know that there's some people that just can't remember those good times. And sometimes I say to myself, don't remember, because it hurts too much to remember. And if you remember, you'll feel like crying. And you'll feel guilty for wanting to cry, or you'll feel guilty for whatever it is that you do that you feel guilty about. I think that everyone should cry because it's just an emotion you need to release. Because if you don't release it, you'll release it on a bad time, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to, put it out on somebody else. Because they don't deserve that. They don't deserve to see you cry or be put through something that they shouldn't be put through. It's not their. And especially if you really care for that person too. Caring is sometimes a great thing, but it can also be a curse. And it's why we're humans that way. It's crazy. I don't know how to explain it. I thought that I got my emotions in check, but I still don't even know myself. I still don't understand my emotions. I still don't understand a lot of things. I've had people leave my life, and I've had my animals, and I've always tried to say, don't, I've cried it off, and, I say they're in a peaceful place, and their souls will live on, and just all that stuff. And I do believe that stuff. I think that just because you die doesn't mean your soul dies, Your soul will always live on. Now, I do believe in God and everything, and but I don't let that control me, I just, my message is basically saying that if you guys feel like you're wrong because you feel sad, don't feel that way. Don't feel bad because you feel sad that you lost your grandma, or you lost your teacher like me, or you lost your 2 dogs like me. I lost my dogs. and you've been with them, and the memories of them are in your brain, and you know the exact moment you guys met. And sometimes you smile and you're like, this is great, the memories, but sometimes you start crying, and some people think that it's bad to cry, and I used to feel that way because of my parents, They'd be like, why are you crying? What's wrong with you? But now I've realized that I can't hold back my tears, and I'm not going to. I am not going to hold back my tears. Because I think that it's a good thing to release. I think it's an amazing thing to release, honestly. I think crying makes people happier. I mean, it doesn't make you happy, but I think that people need to release baggage, If you are happy all the time, it's not possible. It's not possible for one human being, for anyone, thousands of people. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're alive, it's a true statement for animals as well, You cannot be happy all the time. It's not possible. Because you have to be sad. You have to be sad or angry. At a moment in life, you have to be. If you're not, you'll explode or something. I don't know. But it's just not possible. I can't even do it. And I'm probably the most happiest person. I try to be as happy as possible. Like, happy, happy, happy. That's all I try to do. But sometimes, seriously, if you ask my friends, I'm always happy around them. I'm always positive. But in the dark, in the corners of the light of my life, I'm depressed sometimes, and I'm not happy, and I'm not perky, and my family sometimes expects that I should be happy all the time, and when I show that I'm not, they're like, whoa, back up, So, I don't know. I just be you, That's all you can do. Alright.